And that's how you pin somebody.
Welcome to the midweek wrap-up. I think that's a perfect way to go into something talking about wrestling.
Sure.
All right.
I'll take it.
So,
You just the mat slap 3 times and you win.
hey, it works. We're actually going to start the midweek wrap-up on a slightly unfortunate note. This past Tuesday, Chris Warren, the lead singer of what was best known as the DX Band, they did the DX theme song along with Triple H's My Time theme song, suddenly passed...
And Xbox theme song.
And Xbox, yes. Suddenly passed away at the age of 47.
Yeah.
There's no known cause yet. There's no autopsy's been done yet. There's really no information. But the fact that he just, no one's come out saying that he was, dealing in any types of things. But that's unfortunate. There's been a lot of outpouring, especially from Triple H.
Yeah, it's kind of a sucky thing for Triple H because now both vocalists from his theme song have died in a 6-month time period.
I did not even connect that to Lemmy at all.
Dear any other famous people, don't agree to do Triple H theme songs.
Well,
this is the year.
He did use Metallica once. Get well soon, James.
He's not dying yet, is he?
I'm covering my bases.
Preemptively.
I'm covering my bases. But no, seriously, it is unfortunate. We'll give you more information once we find out exactly what the cause of death was. But our condolences to his family, his friends, and we hope that the hard times do pass soon. But let's move on to our main event talk, kicking off this midweek wrap-up.
Wrap up the midweek, like a burrito.
Yeah. We had Becky Lynch defeat Summer Rae in the opening match.
Wasn't very long.
No, good solid match. We had Becky went for an O'Connor roll, and then Summer turned it into her own pin. She actually got pushed off, landing face first, which allowed Becky Lynch to set up and slap on the disarmor, and Summer Rae tapped out real quick.
Also like to note, this match was the first time that we got the pleasure of hearing David Otunga on commentary.
I actually forgot he was on commentary.
I'm gonna come clean here. Before the Wrestling Rundown existed,
yes,
and before I was giving so much shit to Titus O'Neil and Sheamus and the like, I was just defecating all over David Otunga any chance I got.
He was, as soon as the Nexus debuted, you didn't really have a problem with anybody else other than David Otunga.
Yeah, no, going through the first season of NXT back when it was a competition show.
Yeah, it was the reality show, blah, blah, blah.
David Otunga was the #1 guy who I wanted eliminated.
Yeah.
From get-go. Because he lacked anything good in ring, and you knew he was there specifically to be a physique person.
Yeah. And that's all he really was. His in-ring stuff was not up to par at all.
The best thing he ever did was get thrown halfway across the ring every time John Cena suplexed him.
Yeah, that's true.
See, because Cena would throw David Otunga.
Yeah, Cena has his release vertical suplex. And Otunga fly. Otunga is Aero Gigantic.
Yes.
Moving on, we had Renee interview Apollo Crews. He's quickly interrupted by his main event opponent, Bubba Ray Dudley, who Bubba's like, we don't like new era guys coming in here and stealing our spotlight. And Apollo Crews is just smiling, and Bubba's like, why are you smiling? What's the smile about? He goes, I'm not smiling, I'm a happy guy, but I'm not smiling because I'm happy. I'm smiling because I'm thinking about the look on your face when I beat you tonight. And that, Bubba didn't like that very much. Devon had to hold him back.
Yeah, apparently we're going to get the whole, rehashed every time a new crop of wrestlers comes in, that all the veteran wrestlers just don't like the new guys.
I feel like they're...
WWE, the #1 way you can capitalize on this is bring Hardcore Holly back during the draft.
Good luck with that. We had Jack Swagger defeat Victor. I thought Victor might get a shot here, but Jack Swagger's just half a step higher in the food chain than Victor is currently on main event. Victor went for a top rope move, got caught in the Patriot Lock, and tapped out. And then in the main event, Apollo Crews did in fact defeat Bubba Ray Dudley. Devon ended up getting a table out, and that was kind of like, hey, Apollo, you better not screw around or we'll put you through the table. And then Bubba actually told Devon to put the table in the ring. Devon didn't close the legs. He just put the table up against the ropes, and it got drop kicked into his face. Bubba went for a back suplex that was reversed. Apollo hit a angle slam, then his standing moonsault, and picked up the win over Bubba Ray Dudley.
Apollo Crews, trying to make wrestling great again. It's a Kurt Angle reference if you didn't get it, because he's doing that thing now too.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to NXT, but before we hit NXT, we have the entire list of the 32 participants in the first ever WWE Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, so this is a cool thing, and we've been talking about it since, late last year? Like, December or something, when they announced?
Late November, early December, when they announced it was going to happen. We're like, we got to wait 7 months for this. It's like a month away. They're getting ready to start filming it here.
It's very close, and it's super exciting for us.
It's 5 weeks tournament that's all going to be at Full Sail, where NXT is.
Yeah. And they're gonna. I think they said they're gonna be releasing the episodes once per month.
Is it really?
Yeah. They had dates listed out when they had a preview for it on TV or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So it should be fun.
I'm excited for it.
Because we do really, really enjoy when WWE expands its boundaries and decides to implement people not from within the company.
Thank you, Triple H.
Which, I mean, used to happen on the regular,
right,
because there used to be enhancement talent. There used to be guys who would come in from whatever local fed or whatever to put over, the Rybacks or, that this era. Like, Ryback was the last guy that you could think was the guy who used enhancement talent, and that wasn't even for very long.
Yeah.
But they were used to put over the Goldbergs, the Lesnars, or the whoever your new guys were.
Making your new guys look strong.
Yeah. So this is really cool because it's 32 guys, and legitimately only 3 of them are WWE employees of any kind.
And they're all 3 of those guys were more than happy to see in this tournament.
Alright, so first off, we got Arya Daivari, who is Khosrow's, a.k.a. Sean Daivari's younger brother.
Yes.
He's being billed from Minneapolis, Minnesota at 190 pounds. I kind of wish, they even didn't... Minneapolis, probably where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sad that they broke the whatever little kayfabe they had with... Because Daivari and Muhammad Hassan were, I think, originally billed from being from Detroit.
Yeah, they were they were originally their family was from Pakistan.
Something like that.
And then they were from Detroit, so.
Yeah, so they're not keeping the family kayfabe going 10 years later.
Arya could have moved. You never know.
We got Jason Lee, a martial arts style wrestler from Hong Kong. He's 170 pounds. He's fitting in that criteria, which is their weight cutoff is 205.
Which some of these guys are pushing it.
Yeah. There's Damian Slater from Adelaide, Australia. He's a pretty bigger... He's one of the bigger looking guys.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like, I don't know, some sort of combination cross between Heath Slater, Donovan Dijak, and Nathan Jones.
He looks like Dijak's mini-me.
And he's 196 pounds, according to WWE Cruiserweight Classic website. Then we have Alejandro Saez. He's from Santiago, Chile. He's definitely a bigger guy. They have him billed at 205, the cutoff weight, which I feel like what they're doing with all the guys who can't quite cut the mustard on.
Yeah, there's no one that's way over the limit. I think the most we saw was about 5 or 6 pounds.
Yeah.
But anyone who is at that 5 or 6 pounds over, they're dropping back down to the cutoff weight.
Yeah. We have Kenneth Johnson from Detroit.
Not slick.
Not slick. If you Google this guy, you'll get slick.
All the time. You don't get any information whatsoever.
You get 95% slick, 5% Ahmed Johnson. But yeah, he's from Detroit. He's 180, and we know jack shit about this guy. And then Raul Mendoza from Cordoba, Veracruz, Mexico. Also is known as Jingo in the
Jinzo.
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 Yeah. He was in the
Jinzo
AAA.
Unchained.
He was in the AAA promotion
Yes.
for at least some time.
At least at one point he was.
Then we have Sean Maluda. He's a member of the Samoan family. He's the nephew of Afa, so they're all related. They're all cousins.
Cousin to The Rock, Rikishi, Usos, Roman Reigns, all them peeps.
Yeah. The interesting thing about him is he's being built from Shaolin, New York.
Yeah, if you can let us know where Shaolin, New York is, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, he's 180. We have Anthony Bennett. This is my David Otunga of this tournament. He's got a fucking smokestack for hair.
I'm gonna laugh when he's like the most talented dude.
Yeah, he's from Westville, New Jersey. He's about 150 pounds. Then Ho Ho Lun from Hong Kong.
He was one of the original
people
that we talked about him in a previous
He's the founder of the Hong Kong Pro Wrestling Federation.
That's cool.
So he's got some big accolades. He founded a promotion in his home country. Then we have Fabian Eichner or Fabian Eichner
from Italy.
Yeah, he's from South Tyrol, Italy, and he's another one of those guys. He's listed as 203, but he's a fairly large-looking individual on his picture they have on WWE.
Is he the shiny bald guy? Oh,
no.
Okay, no,
he's the one above the shiny bald guy.
Okay.
But yeah, very beefy, Vince McMahon likes these kind of jacked guys looking dude. Then we have Clement Petois, who's the shiny bald guy.
Shiny bald guy.
He is from Amiens, France.
Unnaturally shiny head.
Yeah, it looks like when you put the
he
glare
waxes that motherfucker
on like the WWE 2K games. He's 205. He's another big looking guy.
Yeah.
So
he looks like he could be like around probably the same size as like Neville.
Yeah.
Where it's just super jacked and tiny.
Then we have the Mac.
Not the Mac from Lucha Underground.
Yeah, not the Mac, not Willie Mac, because he definitely ain't no 205.
No. He can move like a cruiserweight, but he's no 205.
Yeah, he's a wrestler from Hamburg City, Germany. And is only 190 pounds. Supposed to be super duper talented, though.
We hope.
Then we have Zumbi, or perhaps it's Zumbi. I don't know.
It's not Zombie.
Or Gumby. He's from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He's about 170 pounds. Cool note about him is he does the dance fighting style of capoeira.
I'm thinking it's gonna be Zumbi, kind of like Zumba.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
That would be my guess.
And then we have Harv Sira and Gurv Sira, the
Bollywood Boys.
If you're familiar with them on the independent scene.
Or Global Force Wrestling.
They're from British Columbia, Canada, despite being called the Bollywood Boys.
Yeah.
And we know a little bit about them.
Yeah.
We're starting to move into the territory of people we've heard of.
They were I don't know if they still currently are, but they were the Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Taking a drink. All right.
Wasting time.
Then we have Grand Metallic, who is from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
One of 2 masked luchadors in this tournament.
Nope.
Were there
3?
I thought there was only one other one.
Because Zubi is a masked luchador.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's well, I don't know if he's a luchador, he's a capoeira fighter. So Grand Metallic is better known in Mexico as Mascara Dorada, who's the bigger version of Mascarita Dorada, who was just recently released by WWE playing the character El Torito.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was an interesting change, is that they released Masquerita Dorada and then brought Mascara Dorada to the tournament.
I'm just convinced that El Torito, Masquerita Dorada, just he drives.
Like a
He drives
like a Power Rangers
yeah,
Lord.
yeah.
Sure.
I immediately went to the little alien in the first Men in Black, but you know.
Then we have Noam Dar, who's a guy who I've been really impressed with watching some of his videos on YouTube ever since I watched his Cruiserweight Classic qualifying.
Yeah,
match.
he was also one of the first ones
Yeah.
announced.
He's an Israeli wrestler who comes to us from Ayr, Scotland.
Interesting.
Yes, he's Scottish-Israeli.
All right.
But he's really good.
Good.
I like him. Then we have our good friend Rich Swann.
Yeah.
Baltimore native, about $1.70.
All Night Swan.
Yeah, he likes to dance. What else do you need to know? Tyson Dux, Windsor, Ontario, a Canadian in the tournament.
The guy we talk about on the regular on the indie news.
Yeah, frequents places like AIW and AAW. Then we have Jack Gallagher from Manchester. He's one of the three guys who had the, Progress.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. It was him and Sabre.
Yeah, they advanced over Pete Dunne and Flash Webster.
Yeah.
He's the one out of the four that had the qualifying matches that we know the least of, because the other three have appeared in Chikara events and PWG events and whatnot. And then we got Lince Dorado, someone who we're very familiar with. We don't get to see him nearly as often as we used to back when he called Chikara his home promotion.
Yep.
But, I mean, the pedigree he comes from, he was trained by Mike Quackenbush, Skayde, Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, El Pantera. He's bringing a lot of experience to the table. TJ Perkins, formerly
TJP.
known as Manic,
Yep.
formerly known as Suicide, formerly known as the action figure that they couldn't put the name on because they thought it was inappropriate to sell kids an action figure called Suicide. Probably a good idea. Then another very popular fella on the Wrestling Rundown, Drew Gulak.
Yes.
Philadelphia native, another Chikara Wrestle Factory graduate. Current one half of Evolve's tag team champions, along with Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Member of the Gentleman's Club in Chikara.
Yeah. Tony Nese. Not one of my favorite guys.
I like Tony Nese.
But he's got the super small, super ripped guy look going for him.
He's got the Neville look.
I feel like also if you look at him, he looks like he could be M-Dom 20's relative somewhere. Yeah. They're both small, jacked, and beardy.
Yeah.
That's a hipster man, small, jacked, and beardy. One of the more recent additions, Cedric Alexander.
Yes.
Here's another guy who we think might be pushing the weight limit because they have him billed at 205. He's from Charlotte. He's him from Ring of Honor.
He's actually billed at 209. So yeah, they dropped him down about 4 pounds.
He's been on Ring of Honor a lot.
Recently released recently neglected to re-sign with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, also often appears at Absolute Intense Wrestling. Infamous for that huge backbreaker he gave Candice LeRae.
Yes. The lumbar
we made a big deal about it. We posted links to the video and stuff.
It was good.
One of our favorite Japanese guys coming across the pond from Kobe, Japan, Akira Tozawa, the monster, dropping weight, getting down to 154, it says.
Yeah, no, he's really good friends with Apollo Crews. They post pictures on Instagram. You see the transformation he's made. He used to be a really tubby Japanese guy, and now he's freaking ripped.
Yeah, he posted not that long ago, I saw on his Facebook page, I posted a comparison of where he was, I think 5 years ago compared to what he looks like today.
Yeah.
And there's a
Very
world
impressive.
of difference. And then Johnny Gargano of Cleveland, you see
Johnny
him on
Wrestling.
NXT, as well as his partner Tommaso Ciampa. They're both in it. So you can expect a lot of the same good stuff you see them do in tag team matches, just individually.
Yes.
And then we get into some more familiar territory because we have two WWE cruiserweight veterans returning. Because we got Brian Kendrick and Yoshihiro Tajiri.
Are they both former cruiserweight champions?
I believe so. I'm not sure about Kendrick.
I know Tajiri.
Kendrick is one of the longest reigning tag team champions of the modern era, though.
Him and Paul London are the longest running at like 344 days, which the New Day are slowly creeping up to that.
That's why he's coming back for this. Him and London are going to come and try and stop the New Day from...
Do it. There's no way Paul London's going to come back.
I don't know. We're always excited about Tajiri coming back.
Yeah, Tajiri's awesome.
He's another one of those guys that's... I mean, his build weight on Wikipedia is 209.
Yeah.
They don't have a build weight for him on the Cruiserweight Classic page. And then the last two, we're going to round it out with two of the top picks to take the whole thing. We're going to talk about Kent England's Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah, that's from the Isle of Sheppey. That's fun to say. And the Japanese golden boy, Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, Kota Ibushi, who showed up at NXT TakeOver Dallas, sitting in the crowd. Zack Sabre Jr., the winner of last year's Bola. So, two extremely impressive guys. Guys that Kota Ibushi, you search up any match he's had over in Japan.
Including ones with blow-up dolls.
Yes. He makes a match with the blow-up doll look legit.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. If you haven't checked it out, do it. Zack Sabre Jr. just recently returned to Rev Pro and faced Kurt Angle. He's done it all, and he's definitely one of the ones that we're most excited to see in this tournament.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Zack Sabre Jr. was, I think, 2011 Chikara's Rey de Voladores tournament.
Yes.
He didn't win, but he put on a great showing in the first round eliminator match. And after that, I was like, I need to keep following this guy because he's really good.
Well, and when this tournament was announced, he was one of the first guys who said they needed Zack Sabre Jr. As soon as he was announced, boom, just there. Yeah,
him and Kota Ibushi, I think right now are looked as the two top prospects to take the whole thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But as far as we know, 32 guys. It's single elimination. This is taking up a big portion of our midweek wrap-up, so we're going to move on. We're going to continue with NXT. It's okay, though, because we don't have a lot of matches to talk about this week.
No, because we open up NXT with the Authors of Pain destroying two guys so quickly we couldn't even figure out their names.
Yeah, they never said their names. Corey Graves and Tom... They don't even know the names of the members of the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, no,
they just knew him as the tattooed guy.
Yeah, there's one with tattoos and one with not. So, and then they were walking backstage later. One of the new
girl.
Yeah, the new girl that I don't like. Asked Paul Ellering if we could get any information, and he said in due time.
Yes, which is like one of his classic lines. Really? Is that he would usually do that whenever anybody asked him a question about what was going to happen with the Road Warriors or what's going to happen next kind of thing. In due time was his go-to he's always trying to.
It's good ominous
that air of mystery about what's going on.
It's a good ominous phrase. We also had Kathy Kelly, who I do like, interview Andrade Almas, and he gets interrupted by Ty Dillinger. Who is not impressed with him at all, and they are going to have their rematch from NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, apparently Ty Dillinger petitioned William Regal to make the rematch.
Yeah.
Because he felt like maybe he was cut off guard or something. I doubt it. But he thinks Kathy Kelly's a 6.
Yes. We had Carmella defeat Tessa Blanchard in a very solid match. This was a really good match for Carmella.
It was good. It was shorter than I would have liked, though.
Yeah, I would have liked them to stretch it out a little bit longer, but this was good for Carmella. It was a good, solid match. Tessa Blanchard, this was a better outing than her outing during WrestleMania Access. I felt like she seemed more comfortable in this particular setting, probably because she wasn't facing Nia Jax.
Yeah, I feel like, it's a better opponent for almost anybody is, a better opponent than Nia Jax because Nia Jax, you're just going to end up facing a brick wall of a human being. The one thing is I felt like this match was too short.
Yes.
I couldn't get invested in it because it just like it was over as soon as it started.
It was a boom 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 match. It was very.
So I feel like it was done almost to hide or not give them enough time to accidentally show anything missing in Carmella's ring game. I think that benefits her to have short matches, which unfortunately makes it really hard for me personally to invest in her matches. Is if I don't see progress and I don't see, that thing that you expect out of the NXT matches, especially with somebody who they're trying to push as somebody who could be a championship contender.
Yeah. We had Samoa Joe doing a post-match interview after he beat Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver, saying that no one has enough to sacrifice to take the championship away from him. So
short, sweet, and to the point.
Very, very, very strong words from the champion. We had Kathy Kelly interviewing Blake and Murphy, who are teaming up since the fallout with between them and Alexa Bliss. They'd be taking on TM61, formerly known as the Mighty Don't Kneel. She asked them about their issues, and Blake says, "Well, no, it was Bliss. Bliss was the one that was dragging us down. Now that we've gotten rid of her, we can start to reclaim what we were. We can go through. We can."
Maybe it was the negative energy that she has around her from being pissed off all the time.
Yeah, she's always blissed off, so that didn't work too well for Blake and Murphy. So they plan on setting their sights on reclaiming the NXT Tag Team titles. And they would go on to lose to TM61. Fun match, though. These two teams work very well together. Thorne at one point, he's trying to make the tag to Miller. And he actually takes on both members of Blake and Murphy at the same time. He makes Murphy do a spinning kick to Blake, and then he ducks a clothesline from Blake that just spins Murphy in the air. And then Blake ends up taking the Thunder Valley, which is a double gorilla press into a sit-out slam. And TM61 picks up the win.
Yeah, this is the one thing, WWE on their main roster has a huge tag team division at this point.
Yes.
They have the Club, the New Day, and
they've got a good 8 or 9 solid
Villains,
teams.
The Dudleys. If Connor was there, they'd have the Ascension. They have the Shining Stars. They have the Usos. They have Fabrice and Golden Truth. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of potential tag teams all on the main roster. But I feel like NXT utilizes their tag team division so much more efficiently.
I agree. Yeah, they're good at having good solid tag team matches that don't involve the tag titles, but make you realize that hey, the TM61 especially, like now that the Revival has won again, you've got to think that TM61 is quickly making a name for themselves and putting themselves into possible contention. Maybe not in the next couple of months, but within the next year, you gotta believe that TM61 is gonna be getting a title shot.
Yeah, if TM61, they've got Blake and Murphy. If they continue to be a thing, they had a little rough patch during this match where they kept hitting each other on accident, hopefully. But, then you have American Alpha, who's really good. You have Gargano and Ciampa together, who are really good. You have the new guys that just showed up, the two big, giant dudes.
The Authors of Pain.
So there's a lot going on for the tag team division. Maybe not as many tag teams as they do on the main roster, but they're just utilized a lot better, and that makes it, to me, so frustrating, because I think my favorite thing to watch good tag team matches.
Tag team wrestling is fantastic to watch, and when done right, is always can always be the most enjoyable part of a card.
Yeah.
We had Bayley say that if everything works out with her checkup next week, she will be cleared and will eventually get her rematch against Asuka. We had Andrade Cien Almas defeat Ty Dillinger again. Very similar. This match wasn't as good as their TakeOver match.
No, they really tried hard to put Andrade over this time.
Yeah.
By giving him 90% of the offense.
Yeah.
Which in turn actually I think went against what they were hoping to do.
Yeah.
Because by the end the crowd were booing him.
Yeah. The crowd wasn't as into Andrade this time as they were at NXT TakeOver.
And it's a shame because he's a good talent, I just think they made a critical error by having him debut against Ty Dillinger, who, despite being a heel, is just an incredibly over favorite heel, which is, opposite of what it should be. But, I guess it's kind of a shame that he didn't get to debut against Elias Sampson, because had he debuted against Elias Sampson, it definitely would have benefited him more. I honestly think they could have put him in against Mojo Rawley. To be completely honest,
I don't think they're ready to do that with Mojo. Not at Full Sail.
Yeah, I don't know.
Had it been anywhere else, maybe.
Yeah, I just feel like because we haven't seen Ryder.
Ryder's been getting a lot of TV time on the main roster.
Yeah, so I feel like we need to have Mojo come out and start being a heel, because he realizes the crowd doesn't like him nearly as much as they liked Zack Ryder. They liked the Hype Bros for Ryder, not Mojo.
Yeah.
And maybe he's jealous of Zack Ryder for being so popular.
Maybe. We had Finn Balor make his way out, the crowd giving him a lot of fanfare. The question is, what is next for Finn Balor?
Yeah, there's a lot of the thank you, Finn, please don't go. Because a lot of people were speculating it's time for Finn to get called out.
I mean, he lost the title, he lost his rematch, he doesn't have any current feuds going on, and so he understands that he'll always have NXT, and he's made a name for himself here. It's been great, but what is next for Finn Balor? And that question would be answered by none other than Shinsuke Nakamura, who would say, when I was in Japan, I watched you on NXT. I watched you become the icon of NXT. And I want to beat the icon. But if I want to be a champion, I need to beat an icon. I need to beat you.
Yeah. And the crowd popped.
The crowd lost their mind.
Because
they knew it was going to happen.
This is one of those matches that, you hope happens.
Yes.
And it was one of those matches that's kind of in question because, there is a good possibility that Finn is going to get called up to the main roster during the draft. Do I think it should happen? No. But will it happen? Probably. But this, and two, it's another, comparison you can make that because if this really is Balor's time in NXT coming near an end, it was the same thing with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn had the dream one-on-one match against Nakamura and was no more.
Exactly.
So that might be the same thing that's happening to Finn Balor.
Yeah. So the current rumor is that this match will in fact take place at NXT Brooklyn on August 20th.
Yeah, so the Takeover, return to Brooklyn.
Let's do it, because it's already sold out. The WWE has officially sold out 3 days in a row, NXT, SummerSlam, and Raw for that weekend, done and done.
All at the Barclays Center still?
Yep, all at the Barclays Center. So let's do it. Now we're going to move on to Lucha Underground. A quick note, over the last couple of days, rumors have surfaced, and it was pretty much confirmed by Joey Ryan that Candice LeRae had a match at Lucha Underground. So not only with Season 3 will we be seeing the debut of Sami Callihan, but we'll also be possibly seeing the debut of Candice LeRae and a potential World's Cutest Tag Team, depending on what the storyline entails. So that's exciting. Yeah. I was just saying last week, or actually in the top 5 that's coming out later this week.
More ladies at Lucha Underground.
More ladies at Lucha Underground, and if Candice LeRae is one of them, I'm all for it. But speaking of Lucha Underground, we had one match.
The 6 to survive.
The winner of this match goes on to Ultima Lucha Dos to face Matanza for the Lucha Underground Championship.
Ivelisse, Phoenix, King Cuerno, Pentagon Jr., Johnny Mundo, and Taya all tied it up.
Yes. They beat the other 6-person team that I can't remember off the top of my head last week.
Son of Havoc.
Sexy Star.
Rey Mysterio.
Jack Evans. No, it wasn't Jack Evans. I don't remember.
No.
Regardless, they don't matter because they didn't win. So our first elimination was King Cuerno after Mil Muertes, who awoken last week, came out, beat the crap out of King Cuerno, and then he got hit with the End of the World by Johnny Mundo. Our second elimination was Ivelisse after Taya hit her Northern Light suplex and then followed up with a double stomp, which is an impressive move. She did it again later to Phoenix, which is a cool move to see her do. Then Taya was the third eliminated after a package piledriver from Pentagon Jr. She was unable to be saved by Johnny Mundo because Phoenix double stomped him in the back of the head on the apron.
Yeah. As you do.
Johnny Mundo was quick to be eliminated next after a double stomp off the top rope from Phoenix, and then a rolling prawn senton kind of combo from Phoenix and Pentagon. They were fighting each other and just happened to land on Johnny Mundo, and Pentagon pinned him.
Yeah.
So Johnny Mundo, victim of circumstance, I guess.
Yes.
And then the fifth and final elimination was of Phoenix after a second Lucha. The first Lucha Destroyer was on the outside as Pentagon jumped off of the
I would
apron.
say that there was 3.
Was there 3?
Because the first one came from a reversal when Phoenix tried to Banderas Pentagon over the ropes, and Pentagon landed in Alabama Slammer position, and when Phoenix tried to pull him out, he flipped it into a pile driver.
I forgot about that. So yeah,
then he did it again on the outside.
Yeah, he jumped off the apron, landed on him, hit the Lucha Destroyer. Then, once again, on the inside, after these two fucking killed it.
It was a, Garden of Violence.
Yeah, a garden of violence is about to bloom. Hits a...
You say some weird things sometimes, Matt Striker.
We like it.
Yeah.
He hits the second Lucha Destroyer.
It's not like the stupid things that, like...
Michael Cole
or I'm assuming David Otunga will be full of stupid stuff in the near future.
But after hitting the second Lucha Destroyer in piledriver position, he would actually stand up, put Phoenix in the package piledriver, hit that, and Pentagon Jr. is going to face Matanza for the Lucha Underground Championship at Ultima Lucha Dos.
Yeah, I think they called the package piledrivers the 3-up, 3-down driver.
That's good. I like it. Matanza and Dario would actually show up at the top of the stairs, and Pentagon would let them know that at Ultima Lucha, he's going to break every single bone in both of their bodies.
Because he's a badass.
Yeah. Well, he said he told Dario, he was like, I'm going to break every bone in your brother's body. And just to show you how much of a badass I am, I'm going to break every bone in your body because I am Pentagon Jr. Cero miedo. So I think we might be seeing Pentagon Jr. taking that Lucha Underground Championship at Ultima Lucha Dos, but we won't know. I think we've got one more week of regular Lucha Underground before we head into the 3-week Ultima Lucha Extravaganza.
Yes, Ultima Lucha Dos parts uno, dos, and tres.
Yes. But that is it for the midweek wrap-up. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Sorry this was so long, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about that weren't matches in the shows.
That's okay. Be sure to share the video if you found any of the information interesting. You want to let somebody know. Be sure to pass it along. If you didn't like it, share it with somebody you hate, because regardless, we get a view. Check all the links down.
Win-win for us.
Yeah. Check all of the links down in the description. We'll take you to all of our social medias. You'll get updates to videos. As long as you're subscribed to any of those, you'll get updates through Twitter. You can check out our photos on Instagram. If you don't want to watch our videos, check out the podcast link to SoundCloud, and you can listen to us on the way to work, on the way if you're just taking the bus. If you just want to walk around, listen to a podcast, listen to us talk to you.
Yeah.
But if you like videos, you can check out the playlist.
Oh, playlist. It's over there. I'm not going to look at it.
Do it.
Nope.
It's looking at you. It's looking at you. Son of a bitch. You can check out all of our usual reviews. That's the Raw review, Midweek Wrap-Up, SmackDown Rundown, and the Indie News. But along with the first ever Travis's Top 5 as I take over for Thomas Wolfe for the month of May, and our Money in the Bank predictions coming on Saturday. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah.
We need a new one.
New what?
New outro here.
New outro?
Yeah. Fuck David Otunga.
Ah! Yeah.